Good afternoon and welcome to this 10 Weather Impact Show. I'm meteorologist Chris Tomer. Got a nice dry afternoon for now. I do want to talk a little bit about a couple of the events going on. The first one tonight is the Sonic Temple. Obviously, this is a huge event for the Columbus area, which it extends all the way through the weekend. So we've got like 2 or 3 more nights of this. But the forecast tonight looks very good. If you're headed out there, it should be dry and just a little bit of cloud cover at times. Temperatures will be rolling and holding through the 60s down through the 60s down to about 60 by 11 o'clock tonight. Notice it is totally dry all the way through that event. Race for the Cure tomorrow. It's a little bit of a different story with a chance of rain, even a couple of thunderstorms. There's a storm system that will want to move through central Ohio tomorrow. So around 9 a.m., the key time here, it's possible that we have a couple of rain showers, maybe even a small thunderstorm that rolls through. The better chance is later in the morning into the afternoon hours, but looking for temperatures coming out of the 50s and into the 60s for the Race for the Cure. So a lot of events going on. And when you look at the high temperatures, they are all going up this weekend. 80 degrees for tomorrow in the Columbus area. Sunday, all the way up to 87 degrees, and we're still forecasting 90 on Monday. Even Tuesday is going to be close to 90 degrees. And if we hit these temperatures, even at 87 on Sunday, that will be the warmest temperature that we have seen so far this entire season. And here's why. So we've been stuck on the cool side, the cool windy side of the jet stream. That pattern is now kind of moving away, and all this warm air, when you see these warm colors here and this sort of ridging, in the upper level pattern here, all of that, we're going to grab that and move it towards Ohio, the Tennessee Valley, and the East Coast. Look at these orange colors starting to expand towards us. That's warm air. So the temperatures will be going up between Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and also on Tuesday. And then eventually some cooler air will start to slide back in. Here's satellite radar. We've been watching this little batch of rain coming out of Indiana. Very little, if any, has been hitting the ground, and it's running into exceptionally dry air here across a lot of Ohio. So it's been diminishing, it's been weakening, and this little ball of rain, or if it's even reaching the ground, will kind of slide to our south. It will increase our clouds a bit here, but I'm not expecting anything out of it. So here's your 12-hour forecast. Again, we'll add a little bit of cloud cover through the evening hours, a dry evening rush hour. Temperatures will fall through the 60s into the 50s overnight tonight. And pretty clear through the night and totally dry into Saturday morning. Look at this extended forecast. I mean, we were in the blue colors for so long around here. That's a colder than normal type temperature for this time of the year. Now we're going to flip that with that pattern change, and we're going to see these warmer than normal temperatures come in. So for example, that 90 that I'm forecasting on Monday, that's 15 degrees above the seasonal norm for this time of the year. Cold front comes through sometime between Tuesday night and Wednesday. The temperatures will start to go down, and then we're back to the 60s by the time we get to Thursday, and that's 10 degrees below the seasonal norm. Rain chances look like this. They are highest on Saturday for this weekend. That's mainly midday into the afternoon and evening hours, and I'll show you the forecast radar for that coming up. On Sunday, I actually dialed it down a little bit, decreased the chance of rain now to only 20%. So I think most of Sunday at this point is going to be drier than we thought. Monday looks totally dry, and that's the day we're going to hit 90. On Tuesday, the chance is higher at 60%, especially Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday night into Wednesday. And then once the front goes through, then it dries us out for Thursday and Friday, but it will be cooler both of those days. So taking a close look at our forecast radar here, I've got it zoomed out so you can see the entire state. So we'll roll this ahead. This is 11 o'clock tonight. In fine shape. No weather coming in. Skies are clearing at that point. Now on Saturday morning, we do start out dry with clearer conditions. Some sunshine will be breaking through, but the clouds will be thickening up. See how that happens right there. That's the noon hour. And notice there are a couple of showers, maybe even a couple of thunderstorms developing around the area. The other thing you're going to notice about Saturday, Sunday, Monday are higher humidity levels. You will be able to feel more moisture in the air. The last 3, 4, 5 days have been exceptionally dry with low relative humidity, but this should help to fuel a few of these thunderstorms. And that's 5 o'clock. This is probably where we're going to see most of our action here as the front comes through the storm system comes through, that will fire up a better chance of a few thunderstorms. Not expecting anything severe around here, but they could be a little bit stronger with gusty winds as they come through, maybe even some heavy rain, brief heavy rain. So this is Sunday morning at 5. It does look like we're going to start with some cloud cover, maybe even a little bit of drizzle in a couple of spots, and then that burns away as we approach the lunch hour, and some sunshine will shine through here into the afternoon. This is Sunday at 5 p.m. Again, this is about a 20% chance of seeing a shower, maybe an isolated storm, and then all of that moves away by the time we get to 11 o'clock on Sunday in the 11 o'clock night in the nighttime. We've got clearing skies. How much rain? Well, this accounts for all of the precipitation all weekend long. We're estimating maybe up to 1/2 inch of total rainfall between Saturday and Sunday. Some places significantly less, with only 1/10. Now, obviously, if you get hit with a thunderstorm and you get a big downpour, you may get more than this, but that's generally what we're thinking right now. Low temperatures tonight, all in the 50s, some 40s down here in some of the eastern and southeast counties. High temperatures tomorrow at 80 degrees, my forecast high. So definitely a warmer day across central Ohio. Here's your 10 weather impact 7-day forecast. So there's your higher chance of rain on Saturday. Again, mainly midday afternoon hours into the evening hours. On Sunday, drier, just 20%, 87. Monday looking quite good. That'll be the warmest day of the year so far and our first 90 of the season. With sunny skies, and then a cold front comes in, but sometime between Tuesday and Wednesday, you can see the temperatures dropping at that point. We are totally dry by the time we get to Thursday at 66 and 70 on Friday. Quite the stretch. All right, well, you've seen the forecast. Now it's time to get out and enjoy it this weekend in our community. I had mentioned a couple of these main events that are going to be happening. The first one is the Komen Columbus Race for the Cure. That's just one day away. Angela Ann is going to be a part of that. She just ran through the studio. It's just one day away. It's one of the nation's largest races of its kind. The Susan G. Komen Foundation website shows more than $584,000 have been raised to support breast cancer research. Here's why this fight is so critical. So the American Cancer Society says that this year will be nearly 322,000. There will be 322,000 new cases of invasive breast cancer diagnosed in women and 2,600 in men. And behind those numbers are the people whose lives have been and will always be touched by breast cancer. On the Race to Cure website, Donna M. writes that she races for her best friend, Sue Earhart Midget. And she says, quote, "She was a generous and kind soul who never gave up and was there for me to help navigate my own breast cancer diagnosis." And Mary R. writes that she lost an aunt to breast cancer. And while she hates adding names to her race bib, she knows the money raised supports crucial work to help find the cures to end breast cancer. Ultimately, that's the goal. All right, if you're going to that race this weekend, registration tomorrow morning starts at 6:30. The race begins at 8:45. We spoke yesterday on our 10 TV app with Patty Gilligan, the board chair of the Komen Columbus race, who is also a breast cancer survivor, to share more about how and what this race supports.
There is so much more to do and so much more help that's needed. 1 in 8 women are diagnosed with breast cancer. And Komen serves all 88 counties in Ohio. And every week, 3,800 people are contacting Komen for help. And we just can't get to everyone, even financially. So in order to support them, we definitely need additional support.
And it's, you know, it's that work for research, but it's also to make sure that people in underserved communities, I'm thinking about Southeast Ohio, that they can go get a screening. Because women, men too, well, we've got a lot to do.
That's absolutely right. And so often we don't take time for ourselves to take care of ourselves, right? And we're no good for anyone else, as they say, unless we take care of ourselves first.
Yeah, several folks from 10 TV will be there, including Angela Ann and Adam King. These are photos of us from last year. You can see Tracy Townsend was there as well. So the event brings thousands of families into Columbus. That also means getting around in the downtown could be a little bit tricky. Traffic anchor Brianna Albizu breaks down everything you need to know.
Yeah, a lot of people will be wearing pink, but here's the thing. I don't want you to be feeling red out there with all the traffic because you already know it's going to be really busy for this annual event. As you can see, it is kicking off Saturday morning at 8:45 right at North Bank Park. That is just south of the Arena District. Also included with this program, we have a mile and a 5K route to talk about here. So as you can see on the map, it's going to affect a lot of areas and streets downtown essentially. But for that start and finish line out there, it's happening once again just south of Nationwide. It's going to be right alongside Spring Street, which means portions of it will be closed, as well as other roads in the area. That includes Long Street, Neal Avenue, even Hanover Street, starting as early as Saturday morning at 5 a.m. Yes, a.m. lasting till about noon. They should be reopening after all the festivities and celebrations. As for that parking, oh yeah, we do have a lot of options. It is downtown after all. That includes McConnell, Front, and Neal garages. You also can utilize a Fletcher lot. That's a good option there. And get this, we do have a special rate for those that are participating. It's only $12 for folks out there. So take advantage, go early, and of course, have so much fun. Back to you.
Thank you, Brianna. Angela Ann also says that there's roughly 8,400 folks that have registered for this, likely to be more because, of course, you people register on race day. And she also says the Dragon Boat Festival is going on, so it is going to be exceptionally busy in Columbus. Of course, that's not the only thing. Those aren't the only things impacting traffic this weekend. It's day 2 of Sonic Temple, Ohio's largest art and music festival, bringing in tens of thousands of music fans to Columbus every single year. But that also means a lot of traffic. 10 TV News reporter Kristen McFarland breaks down what you need to know to plan your weekend.
There's no question, if you are in this area this weekend, you will hear all the sounds of metal and rock and roll. But with crowds like this, traffic is a big concern.
Come from Melbourne, Australia. It's just a big flight. It's 15.5 hours.
Crowds of people from all over the world packed into the historic Crew Stadium for a 4-day festival of rock and roll.
Just enjoying the atmosphere, the vibe. The people are amazing. The music is amazing. It's just a great time.
With this many people in one spot, backups are expected. This is a look at the traffic cameras during last year's music festival. The traffic caused a standstill on I-71 to 17th Avenue, along with parking delays. If you aren't planning on attending, Columbus police say it's best to avoid the area and expect heavy traffic on I-71. Police have closed these roads: 17th Avenue from Clara to Dora Street, Hiawatha Park Drive, Velma Avenue, Silver Drive, and I-71 exit 111. Music starts at noon each day. The festival runs through Sunday. Reporting in Columbus, Kristen McFarland, 10 TV News.
All right, so moving now to some environment news. Artificial intelligence is going underwater, and climate scientists say it could actually help save coral reefs before it's too late. Researchers in Massachusetts have developed an AI-powered robot named Curie that uses sound and cameras to pinpoint the busiest and healthiest parts of the reef faster and cheaper than using human dive teams.
Curie would listen to the reef to try to figure out where the most acoustic activity is. That would guide Curie toward one of these hotspots. And then Curie would be able to use its cameras and do a mapping mission to map exactly how many fish there are.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. Scientists say the robot's recordings give biologists a clearer map of where to focus future research. The bot is still in early stages of development, but the team hopes it will soon be part of real missions. Now to a story about something most people overlook and scrape off and throw away. No, it's not gum from the bottom of your shoe, but scientists say moss is a clever climate tool that can help clean up cities. A startup in the UK is developing a material called terranite that lets moss grow on concrete like panels that help clean air. It's like a good filter, cut noise, and cool crowded cities. Researchers at Alive Lab say the goal is to transform plain walls into living green surfaces that help cities breathe just a little bit easier.
We've made it so that biology can thrive on it. So we're hoping that we've created a toolkit really for architects, designers and developers to take forward and proliferate across our cities.
Yeah, so the company is now looking to scale up the moss technology behind pilot projects to put it into real-world use. While some cities are going green, others are growing brown. They're actually going brown. In Virginia, they are currently dealing with drought. A lot of places are. Austin Hicks reports from Smith Mountain Lake.
The entire Commonwealth of Virginia is in the middle of a severe drought, and it's starting to impact our local lakes. Now, how is that impacting Smith Mountain Lake? Well, right now, I should be underwater.
We've had some cases where we've had to go out and rescue some folks that have run up on shoals.
Ray Talley has been with the Smith Mountain Lake Fire and Rescue Squad for 28 years. He says a full lake is 795 feet above sea level. Right now, the current level is 790. Low water levels can surface things like trees and rocks, creating new dangers for boaters in what used to be familiar places.
During the day, most boaters are able to, if they're looking out, they'll see, where those pieces of land are that weren't there before, and you don't want to get yourself up on a shoal.
Smith Mountain Lake Association President John Vidovich is an avid boater. He tells me dropping a boat into the lower waters can be a challenge.
So just make sure you're safe when you're back in that trailer into the water. The ramps are a little bit different than they typically are when it's full pond. So just again, be aware of your surroundings when you're launching your boat.
Boaters aren't the only people navigating the new lower water levels. Swimmers also need to be on alert because there's less water between them and the lake floor.
I would warn them that the water's down 5 feet, so where they had 6 or 7 feet of water to jump in, there may only be 2 or 3 feet. So they're going to need to be real cautious jumping off docks.
Despite the low water levels, you can still go fishing, jet skiing, and canoeing. You just need to be more cautious of your surroundings. Reporting from Smith Mountain Lake, I'm Austin Hicks, WDBJ 7.
News. Now to some hurricane news. As we approach the upcoming tropical season, some are still picking up from last year or past years. Caleb Perfney reports from Washington County, Tennessee, where they have just now opened the last road closed by Hurricane Helene.
Not only are we just reopening this bridge, we are reopening the 49th and last closed road on the state network. This is 49 of 49.
It was a packed event, not just with government officials, but also community members, as the ribbon was cut on the New Bailey Bridge in Washington County, Tennessee. For people in the South Central community, this day could not come soon enough.
Today is wonderful. This is the best day for this community. We've waited for this for a long time.
The ceremony comes with a new name for the bridge in honor of a local man who died serving in Vietnam. Reopening the important connection removes a massive detour.
Getting this bridge open is critical to our first responders who really need this access.
The bridge is one of 49 projects TDOT suddenly found itself facing in the aftermath of Helene a year and 8 months ago. The only project left for the state is restoring Interstate 40 to 2 lanes. That's expected to be finished in late 2027. But local road crews still have many projects of their own, and so do residents.
It has changed this community 100%. It's terrible. We've lost a lot of people. A lot of people's moved out. It's been terrible. Yes, but thank goodness we've all come together and stuck together and built this place back.
In Washington County, Tennessee, Caleb Perney, News 5, WCYB.
All right, well, and finally today, let's check out some new video into us here at 10 TV. These are aerial scenes from California as crews battle a 20-acre, 2-alarm vegetation fire in Chino Valley, California. This fire sparked off late Wednesday, with crews coming in from the air to help battle the flames. This is just the latest in what has already been an active fire season around the United States. And finally today, check this out, a rare white bison born at the Neil Smith National Wildlife Refuge in Prairie City, Iowa on April 30th. According to the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service says that the birth is a 1 in a million occurrence and the white coloring is seldom seen among wild bison. It added that refuge staff conduct weekly routine checks during calving season, and they first discovered this white bison right after its birth. All right, well, that's going to do it for this 10 Weather Impact Show. Of course, I'll be in all evening long talking about what to expect this weekend, the heat, the rain chances. Of course, we got all these big events. Just remember, Michael Behrens, our meteorologist Michael Behrens, will not be there this year scratching records.